I'll tell you how you get through based on 30 years of working with people globally. I'm a psychotherapist, psychologist, coach. I've also been through hell myself. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Some of this is harsh because it's true. Whatever you're going through, however hard, however confused, however alone you feel, we get to move through to the 2.0 of you. So it's a threshold of change that you're experiencing right now, and most people resist it, which is why it happens on repeat and for decades often. And most people, this isn't conscious, would rather die than do what they need to do in order to support themselves to get through. And on the other side of that is freedom, is happiness, is fulfillment, is the money, is the love, is the stuff. The other side of this threshold that right now may be like burning in hell. Yes, it gets worse before it gets better. And yes, we need tribe. What we're thinking, the people we spend time with, is key for change. And if we don't look at shifting those, you will remain in the 1.0, just like you haven't taken a shit since essentially you're about 2 years old. Literally, if you imagine that in its literal sense, can you imagine what would be happening to your body, your organs, and your psychology? Mind and body, we cannot separate them. The two things come together. So I swear to you, whatever it is you're suffering with, you're angry with, you're hurting, you're guilty, you're ashamed, you're incapacitated in some kind of way, the 2.0 has to happen in order for you to get free. So what you think and who you spend time with, what we need is a plan, a map, and a guide. And I may or may not be for you. I have solutions, I'll tell you. However, somebody gets to come and do this with you, not for you, that you get to hear other people who've done what you are going through. And you take what you want from them and leave what you don't. However, if you resist because I don't want the help, I won't spend the money, I'm not going to spend the time, I don't have time, I'm too busy dealing with somebody else's whatever, which is, by the way, a distraction from your own pain. I've done it all myself. We're not the same necessarily. However, the fundamentals are the same. You get to attend to what's going on, and unless you do, you will elongate the process. It will continue. And you will become the person who has the top regret of the dying. Globe-wide, every culture. I wish I'd had the courage to live my life instead of the life I thought other people expected of me. The world, conglomerates, big pharma, the government, and lots of different organizations are making a mint of the fact human beings resist the change that comes naturally. We're being educated out of listening to ourselves, out of reaching out to do things with other humans who have the wisdom that we don't have because we haven't been through the threshold of change they have. We don't have that lens. We don't have that level of awareness, insight, confidence. We don't know the words and so on, because that's what happens through transition. We don't have the tools and skills that we need in order to become the thing that we get to become because we haven't done it yet. However, intuitively, you know it needs to happen, which is why you're so uncomfortable with the repeat issues with your mental health, with your relationships, with your money, with your sense of losing your identity because the kids are gone, or, you know, you don't want to do the job anymore, or whatever it is, my love. I swear to you, quit being so stubborn. We're tribal. We need others until you reach out to the right people, the appropriate people, the people who have done the thing that you need to do in order to get to your 2.0, your you transformed. If you're hanging around with people who are resisting this, who have the complaints and the issues and the features of pain and difficulty, they're not going to be able to support you because they haven't done it. And they have their own resistance going on because we fear change. The mind doesn't want, and the brain, what is good for us. It wants what's familiar. Beat your brain. Come into your heart and take that broken heart and turn it into your version of art. Carrie Fisher said that. She did her damnedest. However, she suffered with something I know very personally. Bipolar. It's a bipolar plane that we live on. There's nothing we can do about that. Night, day, happy, sad, alive, dead. Unless we find the middle passage, which is where people pass through in order to become the thing they need to become. We model proven practices. If we don't do that, we get the swings, whatever that is, symptom-wise, financially, whatever it is. Whatever your version of bipolar is, you will remain there until we decide we're ready for the middle passage. And there are people like me on planet Earth that know very well how to take you through the steps. A plan, a map, and a guide. That's all you need, my love. It's not personal. Everybody goes through it. It doesn't have to last a second longer than it is already. And Thrive Boundaries Master is here for you if you'd like to take it. 90 days access. It used to be nearly £300. Now it is pay what you feel you would like to pay. However, there are other things too, which is actually getting out of your ego mind of I can do it myself, or I don't want to do it, or they're not going to do it for me, or I don't want to spend the money, or. That's all avoidance of going through the process to the 2.0. Imagine not wanting to give birth and thinking you can get away with that on planet Earth. It wouldn't work. You'd get sick and probably die, and most people would rather die than change because we're afraid. And true faith over fear means doing this without necessarily clear enough evidence that it will work for you. We need to get out of our ego that thinks we know. You don't. Otherwise, you would have done it by now. So please be kind with yourself. Everybody's going through it. There is a way. And until you take that path, you won't get there. Been there, done it. And if there was a quicker way, I swear to the depths of my soul, I would tell you what it is. It's very simple. You're transitioning, and if you resist the transition, you'll stay where you are. Send in love.